Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. As I'm sure you all know, my name is Brian McManus. I'm the site manager here, and as I'm sure you've been made familiar by the email that I sent to you, the purpose of this meeting is to discuss how we can dramatically lower the amount of employees smoking at this site in the company, and really my ultimate goal would be to eradicate the practice completely from the company. So before we get started, I'd like to show you a very brief video just to remind you of the dangers of smoking. Let's take a look.
Every cigarette is doing you damage. Every time you inhale, tobacco smoke condenses in your lungs to form tar. This is a healthy life. And this is the amount of tar a pack-a-day smoker breathes in every year. Every cigarette is doing you damage. Authorized by the Commonwealth Government, Canberra.
Alright, well, a little graphic. I'm sure the information contained in that video isn't really new to anyone in this age of media that we live in. You see the facts about tobacco everywhere. Tobacco is unhealthy and it is a killer. According to the American Cancer Society, 1 in 5 deaths in America is caused by tobacco-related illness. There's 5 of you that have come here today to see this presentation. Not to put you on the spot, but I know 2 of you are smokers. This stat is just showing that 1 of you will meet an early demise, and as a company, it's just not what we want to do to promote this kind of behavior. We bring people into this company, we expect them to stay as long as possible. We spend a lot of money to train these people, we spend a lot of money to keep them here with us, and we want to get the best out of them as possible. And it makes no sense to allow them to engage in a practice that is essentially killing them off early and taking them away from us when they could be benefiting the company still. The issue is sad and confusing because cigarette smoking is an option, it's a choice. And I've begun to believe that maybe it's a choice that we as a company should take a proactive stance on and say we're not going to allow the choice anymore, we're going to make it a non-choice. And this will be a smoke-free company, and tobacco use and cigarette smoking just will not be tolerated. Enforcing a zero cigarette policy will essentially increase our workplace productivity, help to offer a healthy environment to all of our employees, as well as cutting our bottom line costs at the end of the day. Employees who smoke aren't just doing harm to themselves, they're doing harm to the whole company, to the employees around them. Here at this site, we have 1 picnic table outside. It just happens to be a designated smoking area. But I don't think that it's fair that if Johnny wants to go outside and enjoy his lunch in the sunshine, that he is forced to inhale secondhand smoke because we give our smokers the right to use that area. The U.S. Surgeon General reports that smoking causes diseases in nearly every organ of the body. It's not just the lungs as you saw. Smoking can cause damage to the pancreas, to the intestines, to the kidney, to the heart. And so while Johnny's trying to enjoy his lunch, we could be helping to kill him off because we're not stopping his fellow employees from smoking around him. There's no call for this. There's no good that comes from smoking, and I don't understand why we would allow such a practice for our employees. We drug test here. Why do we drug test? Because we see drugs as unhealthy. We wouldn't allow an employee to come to work drunk because we know that a drunk employee is behaving unhealthy. And we know the facts simply state that cigarette smoking is unhealthy. So why then do we make the exception for this unhealthy and just really downright nasty habit? Consumer Affairs states that cigarette smoking on average robs men of 13 and a half years of their life. Women, it's a little bit higher, it's 14 and a half years. As I mentioned before, you all know how much money we spend training employees, and you all know what an asset our senior level employees are to this company. They've been with us a long time, they know how things work, and they're loyal. So we don't want to jeopardize this by allowing people to partake in risky behavior at the workplace. If they want to smoke in their own time, there's not much we can do about that. but we're being proactive and we're showing them the right way to go by making this choice as a company not to allow smoking. Furthermore, smoking is expensive for us. We're paying a lot of money in insurance to cover ailments such as pneumonia, such as bronchitis, and a lot of these are caused directly from smoking. Furthermore, it's costing us money just out of our hourly wages. We hold to an 8-hour workday here at this site. ChaCha.com states that 31% of smokers smoke a half a pack a day. 36% of smokers smoke a whole pack a day. And then there's 17% that smoke more than a pack a day. Now, if you were to take these numbers, average them out, figure out how many smoke breaks our employees are going on, an employee could essentially be wasting an hour out of every 8-hour day lighting up. And this is expensive to us and just unfair to other employees. If I see one of my employees outside on an unauthorized break and they're talking on their cell phone, I quickly reprimand them and get them back inside. So why then do we turn a blind eye to smokers just because we say that they need to smoke, that it's something that is essential to their life, and we know it's not. It's something that's harming their life. So let's just take it away. It saves us money across the board in our insurance and in our hourly wages. Furthermore, secondhand smoke is extremely dangerous. It's not just the bench outside. Let's say they step outside into the street and smoke. They come back inside smelling like smoke. People carpool. That's on the clock sometimes. We do business trips. We're sending people driving all over. There's people smoking in cars. I've got complaints from some of my employees personally saying, I know this person has a little rank on me, but I really don't appreciate riding in a car with them when they're smoking a cigarette. This is an issue because it's unhealthy. It's not just a matter of preference. We really are encouraging an unhealthy habit here, and it's not a way that our company needs to go. So in conclusion, there's no need to allow our employees to smoke. It's giving our company a bad image. It's showing that we're not promoting a healthy lifestyle, and that's really what we want to do. As I mentioned again and again, we want to keep our employees as long as possible. You all know the financial gains of that. We want to have our insurance costs as low as possible. Again, you're all extremely familiar with the financial gains from that. And we want to keep our productivity as high as possible. We want everybody to feel they're coming to a healthy and fair work environment. And by eliminating smoking in the workplace, we do this. We look better as a company. Our clients are happier and our employees are healthier, and it's just a win-win for everyone. I don't understand why we would continue to allow smoking here. It has to go.